The Wager by David Grann. The Wager Mutiny is the famous story of a British ship that was shipwrecked off the coast of Chile in 1741, and it's about what the survivors did. What makes the story so interesting is that there were a lot of different groups of people, and there were a lot of people taking notes about what happened. But it's kind of a Rashomon situation where you're not sure who is telling the actual truth. This book does a good job of trying to put all the stories together and make a reasonable representation of what probably happened. So credit to the author, because that is a tough task, I think. But he does it well. What also makes the story of the mutiny so interesting is you have a lot of people who finally make their way back to England, and then a lot of it's about the trial of what really happened, and people are writing their own accounts and publishing it, and then that becomes the popular opinion of what happened, but then some other survivors show up in England and then they write their story. So you can imagine how exciting it was back in that time, because you're already intrigued by the first story, and then there's other stories about what really happened, and so it was very sensational back in the day. It's like a great adventure story in this faraway, unknown land where people are already telling stories, and you have people coming back, and it's ripe with great storytelling. I made a point to read this because it's going to be made into a movie directed by Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio. I think the story is such great movie material. You can picture the different scenes playing out in the court, people telling their story, and then flashbacks to what happened in Chile. It could be really good, so I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. As far as the writing of the book goes, it's very well constructed. The author obviously did a lot of research about how ships are constructed, the different roles in the ships, and the different dynamics. So it's very engaging and very interesting. He is very good at keeping a balance between giving enough detail for it to be interesting, but not overwhelm the reader with detail. Typically in books like this, I think they go too long, and I would be okay if they shortened it a bit. But this book was only 8 hours long, the Audible version, and I think it could have easily been 15, almost doubled, and it would have worked still. I don't usually say that, but in this book's case, I could definitely use more detail. The Wager is a well-executed real-life tale of shipwreck, survival, mutiny, intrigue, courtroom drama. It's got it all. It's really an amazing achievement of a book. So I give it 4.5 stars.